I had to write the whole script for the episode by myself. I barely had enough time to finish all the editing. In fact, I didn't even know that I forgot to attach the intro to the cold open. Look like an idiot. I don't know. It's like, part of me thinks he's might be trying to sabotage the show or something, but that doesn't make any sense because he's always wanted to do this, so I must be paranoid or something. Am I paranoid right now? Am I being paranoid? Yeah, you're probably right. I'm just being paranoid. How'd you get so smart, huh? How'd you get so smart and handsome? All right, bud, I gotta head down to Wranglers now to start setting up for the show. How do I look? Handsome and smart? You're such a good boy. Thank you.
I think it's all coming to fruition tonight. Months of hard work. My plan's finally coming together. You know, I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm pretty sure tonight's the night. Warm down is what I did. I mean, the numbers were in the toilet. Once I take over, though, they'll come back up. Anyway, I gotta head down there. How do I look? You don't even wear clothes.
Hey, it's North Shore Live. I'm your host, Tony DeCoste, but it's not just me here. We've got director Danny and producer Heather and Larry, Fear, and Lee, and camera op Dustin, and of course, this fella who hates it when I make up a silly rhyme to include him in the show, Mr. Wayne Rushton. You probably missed it this week that I didn't do one.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, well, sorry, I just didn't really have the time. I'm pretty tired, so, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, have to feel the have to be influenced into coming up with a sweet rhyme. I'm not like Kanye West. I'm more like Tony East. I don't know, man. I'm trying to riff here, and this is not working. I'm tired, man. I'm exhausted. Tell you, I had one hell of a weekend, folks. I went up to Moncton to try and help out a friend of mine and shoot a wedding for him. But then, well, I'd say immediately after the vows, I tried to get fancy, and I used a camera gimbal and ended up pulling a muscle in my back. So I had to leave immediately and drive 2 hours from Moncton back to the house, and really missed out on hanging out with some friends that I haven't seen in a while. And these are friends that I used to work with, and Larry, what are you doing, man? I'm trying to tell a story. That's not you? Well, it's not you, then. What the hell are you doing?
Oh, geez, sorry. Take her to her mother. Sorry, buddy.
Okay, so let's just try to reel it in here, people. Anyway, yeah, so I'm bedridden all for the rest of the day and night on Saturday, and then all day on Sunday. I once again, I probably could have jumped up out of bed and like worked everything out, and probably did some stretches, maybe taking some pills and stuff like that for it. But instead, I figured that I would just lay in bed and get really super stressed out over the fact that I'm missing out on all of this editing, because there's always editing to do. And Larry, what are you playing? Sad violin music? Wayne? The bow's upside down.
Could you take this to her mother?
All right, this is great.
Sorry, bud.
Okay, yeah, you're having some fun here, aren't you? Good Lord. Honestly, okay, so this week you might have noticed that I did include the intro into the cold open. I didn't forget to include it, which is kind of surprising because, well, it's not that surprising. I was up until literally 2 o'clock in the morning. That's no joke. I was up until 2 o'clock in the morning last night trying to finish all the editing because there's never enough time. There's never enough time to finish all of the editing that I need to do. Oh,
Was it me?
Yeah.
oh, that was Larry this time. Okay, yeah, this hilarious, super hilarious, guys. Yeah, laugh it up. These guys are they're all about being
Couple chuckleheads.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's very hilarious.
You want to see something really funny?
What's funny?
Fear says he has something hilarious. Oh yeah, no, that's. Oh, yeah, that's hilarious. Okay, so if people don't remember, last week I went off on a little bit of a tangent. It's okay. I want to reiterate, just so no one, because people keep missing my point with this. Everyone on social media, especially Facebook, gets very worked up over certain things, and I noticed that you know, young Greta, she's doing, you know. I like her message. I like what she's saying. I agree with all of it. I don't think that it should all be pushed down to the user. I think that, you know, if, oh, I almost said their names, but if a huge soda pop manufacturers choose to put their bottles, or choose to use plastic bottles, why do we have to pay the deposit? They're the ones that are using, oh, I suppose because we're buying it. But if they kept it in glass bottles, which are reusable, not only would we still have a bottling plant here in Pictou County, more jobs, well, then they'd be reusable and then we wouldn't have to deal with that problem. But it saves them money to do that stuff. So I guess that, I don't know. And so anyway, I went off on a bit of a Facebook rant and said that she's not going to be able to convince the people that she wants to. But then everybody on Facebook keeps saying that I'm attacking this, like, what is she, 12 or 16-year-old girl or something like that? But what I'm trying to say is that I'm... Sorry, do you want to say something?
No.
Okay, so, sorry, I thought I heard something. My thing is Schadenfreude. Harem joy. Everybody's getting kicks out of just basically teasing people. And sorry, Wayne, did you want to say something? You trying to jump in here or something?
Well, I was listening to you, bud.
Oh, I think I know what this is. All right, camera up, Dustin. Can you zoom in on my beard here?
How's it going today there now, Tony? Still trying to get people to notice you, I see. What's this? Oh, Jesus. What the hell are you doing on there? I told you not to be on Facebook. Remember Judy's young fella, Hank? He got caught robbing the Mia's Pizza back in the day. He was on Facebook, and he got rigged up with some young thing up in the city. Real hard-looking. Ends up selling dope for her, too. Living together, selling dope right out of the house. Couple of idiots. Anyway, he gets busted and they send him back to prison. Now, this time, he's at the new one they built up over top the old dump there. Maybe after this fake TV show thing doesn't work out, you can put your name in. Not as a guard, of course. And I'm sure they need a couple of pencil-neck geeks up there pushing paper around. Just something for you to think about. Let's see. Anyway, yeah, the police, they got on Hank's Facebook and find out he was talking to hard-looking girls all around the province. You know, we got some hard-looking girls around here too, Tony. I know, I tell you to stay away from them, but you haven't exactly had a lady in your close proximity in, what, how long? 6 months, a year? I can't remember. I was just stubble back then. Okay, well, remember to stop into the gas station after your little show there. They got butter on sale this week. How many are we grabbing? Well, we can freeze the extras, you know. All right, well, I'll check back around supper time.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to stay off Facebook for a while.
Yeah,
That'd probably be a pretty good idea.
probably.
Another good idea would be logging on to facebook.com/North Shore Livestream so you can join in on the fun. We're going to be giving some things away coming up after the break. Actually, coming up after the break, we have something pretty exciting, something local, something musical, something that'll get you up off your feet and dancing.
Yes, it will.
Oh, yes, and it's something that I'm pretty excited about because it's something that I've been, not, you know, I don't want to say I've been involved, that they took influence
He wants to
from
say
me.
he's been involved.
Yeah,
He's begging to say it.
I'm pretty much in the band. What band is that? Well, we'll tell you all about it, but you got to stick around through these quick commercial breaks first. And, you know, it's not going to take too long. We're going to be right back. Stick around. Hi. Remember earlier when I cracked that joke about advertisements keeping the lights on around here? We still have some advertising spots left if anyone out there has a business or an event or an Instagram page for their cat, I don't know. Anything you've got, send us a message. That's facebook.com/North Shore Livestream. And remember, we're not looking for any money, just, you know, something we can give away as prizes for our goofy little contests. So, looking forward to hearing from you, and for the time being, I'll let you get back to the show while I try to figure out this lighting situation.
Ate a lot of cake, was mine. Ate a lot of cake, was
Hey everybody, thanks for sticking around through those commercials. Oh yeah, we've got plenty of show coming up. Boy, I wish I wasn't so tired right now. You know, Wayne, it takes about, I'd say, a collective 100 hours of work into each one of these episodes.
Oh, it really doesn't show.
I can't argue with that. I mean, it wasn't very nice of you to say that, but I mean, it's true.
Hard knocks of life, bud.
Yeah, truth hurts, man. Truth hurts.
Looking out for you, toughen you up.
Well, yes, I need that, yeah. If you haven't already, you should check us out on Facebook. That's facebook.com/North Shore Livestream. Once you're there, give us a like, maybe, if you're feeling like it. Turn on the notifications if you can, because we do a little thing called Top 3. And if you don't have the notifications turned on and all that stuff, you might not find out about the show whenever we're streaming and stuff like that. And then you're gonna watch the rebroadcast on YouTube later, and you're gonna be like, oh, I want to get in on this this awesome draw that I'm about to announce, by the way. But you're not going to be able to because it's during the show. So this is segment number 2, and in about a half hour, segment number 5, we're going to announce the winner. We're going to go through all the answers and stuff like that in the meantime, but people at home are probably screaming at their televisions and their phones and their tablets saying, well, just get to the point. The point being, this is the top 3, and this week, our giveaway is 2 tickets to this weekend's Momentary Lapse show at the Glasgow Square Theatre. That's right, the fellas and ladies in Momentary Lapse, a Pink Floyd show. They hooked us up with 2 tickets to their show. Here's some visual from, I'm not really quite sure where this was taken, but man, there's Robin. She's belting her out. There's Murray. Oh, I was going to say he owns that guitar, as in like he can play it really well, but he actually does own the guitar, obviously. There's a little Steve Keogh going on there, a little action. Fear, don't say it. What do you call him again? Was it?
Chachos.
Chachos?
Chachos.
Chachos, okay. There's Nicky Vino. There's Ray. Ray on the bass. Oh, Brett. Oh, man. Yeah. I'm telling you, all these, basically I'm just saying everybody's name as they're going through through all the footage, and Joe, of course. These people are world-class musicians. They sound when I say they sound like Pink Floyd, I don't mean, they sound kind of like Pink Floyd. I mean they sound just like Pink Floyd. Not only that, oh, look at that, another brick in the wall going on right there. I believe that's some members of Hangman. Oh, look at that, you can't really, see, that's too dark there.
Another little factoid about this is Murray is actually a great fantasy hockey league GM.
He's a great fantasy hockey GM.
Yep, yeah, he's a good hockey GM. Fun to deal with, fun to make trades with. Yeah, good guy.
Okay.
Good all-round fella.
I'd like to say that was related to the Pink Floyd show, but
I feel like I'm part of the band now, just how you kind of like shoehorned yourself into it. I'm shoehorning myself into it too.
Yes, you're picking up good notes from you, I gotta say. So yeah, no, that's I'm not sure how much their tickets go for, but man, you're going to save yourself a lot of money if you win these tickets. And again, people are probably screaming at their TV saying, well, how do we do that? Well, last year, actually the last time Momentary Lapse played at the Glasgow Square Theatre was almost exactly a year ago. In fact, it was October 17th, which was a Wednesday. If that date kind of stands out in your head, and like, what happened on Wednesday, October 17th, 2018? What was that, Wayne?
I care. Or no, I know, I guess. What is it, Tony? Tell me.
They legalized pot.
Oh, pot.
In Canada.
Right, yeah. Oops.
Pot has now been legalized in Canada. By the way, I'm trying to break myself of the habit of saying marijuana. Marijuana is just like I think it's like a Spanish term for like fast-growing weed or something like that, but William Randolph Hearst used...
So it should be pronounced marijuana.
Well, it would be, but it's actually cannabis sativa is the actual name of pot or whatever. But marijuana is actually a racist word. So if you use the word marijuana, you are in fact a racist.
No, you're not. No, you're not. That's a big lie.
Come on, Wayne, play along.
No.
You're just like my cat. All right, so, okay. Sorry? Tickets are $35 each, so that's a $70 value right there.
Plus all applicable taxes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I don't know much about that sort of thing, but yeah, sure.
I assume there's taxes on it.
Well, hey.
No, all prices include.
All prices include tax. Nice.
So
how do they win this thing?
Okay, well, here's the deal. Pot's been legal for about a year now, and I'm yet to really hear any good, because there's so many funny pot stories of people who aren't experienced pot smokers trying it for the first time, and they wig right out. They think that the moon's following them, and they're pooping blue wool. Just, I don't know, just random craziness like that. But I haven't heard anything, I haven't heard any good pot-related stories since it's been legalized. I think people only did goofy things with pot before legalization, maybe. Maybe is that what it is?
I'm not really sure. Maybe people are just, it kind of lost some of its coolness, some of its edge. It's like, hey, my uncle smokes it, and he's a, I don't know, janitor.
Boring guy.
Boring.
Yeah, boring janitor.
Yeah. No offense to janitors. My uncle was a janitor.
That's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you have a pot-related story that you can share but don't want to because you don't want people knowing that you smoke pot, you can just say it happened to a friend of yours. That's what I would do. Actually, it's not what I do. I'm going to tell you a pot-related story that happened to me, just because I work for myself, so I don't really care. I was at the Jam for Jimmy. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, maybe even more than that. Actually, it's back in 2013. I was at the Jam for Jimmy, and I had an edible. And about an hour later, I was sitting there by myself, like I'm apt to do, and I started feeling a bit of like a swampy situation going down below in the old pants.
Oh, Jesus.
And then I could smell it. I pooped my pants. And then, yeah. So then, all right, now keep listening. So then, okay, so I stood up and I had to make my way to the bathroom. But I didn't. I thought it was like a liquid situation happening. So I took my sweater and I wrapped it around my waist like it was 1992, like a frat boy 1992. And I made my way to the bathroom and I went into the stall. And I'm like, first of all, I'm mentally preparing myself for what I'm about to see. So I whipped down my drawers and I'm like searching around in my underwear, like what's going on down here? And I'm like holding it up to the light and stuff. I'm like, there's no poop in here.
Somebody took it.
Yeah, someone stole my poop. So not only did someone else poop in my pants, but then someone else came and stole that poop. So anyway, I realized I'm like, okay, so I'm just tripping balls here. So I went back and I sat back down, and then it could have been an hour later, it could have been 2 seconds later. I couldn't even tell.
And you found the poop.
Nope.
Oh.
I was convinced. I was like, okay, now I poop my pants. Definitely poop my pants. It was a poop forerunner. It was like a forerunner, but for poop in my pants. So I went to the bathroom, and same thing. I was looking for it. I couldn't find it, and so anyway, the third time it happened, I totally lost my cool, and I just told Ashley George, by the way, is the musician who runs the Jam for Jimmy. By the way, I was supposed to take pictures and shoot videos of every band there that day. I think they were maybe 2 or 3 acts deep, and I was like, Ash, I'm sorry, man, I gotta go. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I gotta go. And I just left. I left all of my cameras, all of my audio recorders, all the microphones, all the tripods. I just left it all behind. And then it wasn't until I left and I got to Needs, a corner store, that I realized they had a phone in the room that I was in back there at the Tav. So then, anyway, got a cab home from Pictou, and I was driving by a video store that's on Abercrombie Road. Don't want to say the name of it.
Oh, there's quite a variety of goods there.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
As we're driving by, I told the cab driver, I'm like, pull in here quick, because I was convinced I was going to puke. But then as soon as I got up out of the cab and started walking around in the store,
You found the poop there.
no, I realized I wasn't going to puke, but I realized that I'd look dumb if I left without buying something. So I bought a Gatorade and then I went home.
So, did you poop your pants or not?
I didn't. I just thought I pooped my pants.
Oh.
But I've. That was definitely Larry, by the way. I do have, in case that story was a little disappointing, I do have pooping your pants as an adult stories, but we're saving those for sweeps.
Yeah, we have a prototype coming up, a little bit of a gamble.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We'll release that later.
Yeah.
And I'm aware that some people don't want to share stories about smoking pot and stuff like that, even if they say it happened to a friend of them. So, yeah, you can just tell us what your favorite Pink Floyd song is, and if no one else tells us any pot stories, you might win. But if 3 people tell us pot stories...
Oh, to be fair, if they have a funny story about a Pink Floyd song or Pink Floyd thing,
No.
maybe? No? Okay.
No.
All right.
Okay, no, we'll do that.
Okay,
That's
good.
fine. Anyway, just hop on to facebook.com/North Shore Livestream. Fear just put up a post asking what's a funny pot-related story that happened to you or a friend, or what's your favorite Pink Floyd song. Let us know. And in the 5th segment, we're going to visit back in and let you know, who the top 3 are, and out of the top 3, who's going to go home with those momentary lapse tickets. By the way, there are still tickets available if you don't think that you're going to win, or if you don't have a funny story. Just go on to the Glasgow Square's website, and you can pick up some tickets, because this show is going to be unreal. I can promise you that. But we're well overdue for our break. Just sit through these commercials here, and we're going to be right back. thanks folks for sticking through those commercials, I guess. That last
Intermission.
one. Intermission, yeah. We don't like to call them commercials here because it's kind of a, commercials is a bit of a four-letter word.
Oh, yeah. No.
No, there's more than four letters, but it's just a,
There is 4 letters in it, but there's more.
yeah.
Let's be real.
While Wayne counts the letters, I'd like to address something that's very important that we should always be talking about here at North Shore Live, and that's to log on to Facebook and check us out on Facebook. They're on the Facebook. It's North Shore Live Stream. Nope, that's not it. It's facebook.com/North Shore Live Stream. And then you can get in on the top 3 that we just announced in the last segment. If you're just tuning in now and you missed out on it, then share a funny pod story or what your favorite Pink Floyd song is. And if you're confused on where to go to do that, you can just go to facebook.com/North Shore Live Stream and look for the most recent post. I don't know if it's pinned to the top. I don't know how the social media stuff works, obviously. But I do know something that does work, and that's compliments. We like to receive those here. And I heard one of the best reviews I've ever had for anything I've ever done was for this show, and it was, and I quote, "I nearly pissed myself laughing." That's probably my favorite review I've ever heard for anything.
You know, I've been getting some good stuff too.
Do you want to share?
No, it's private.
Okay. But is it related to the show?
Oh, I thought you meant about me personally. No.
Actually, the person did say they were pissing themselves laughing for something that you did.
Oh, good,
Yeah,
good.
it was
I'm glad I'm effective.
the hot pepper segment.
I did not like that.
No, I bet you didn't.
That hot pepper led to a hot pucker.
Well, it seems to be among the most popular segments that we've done here on the show so far. So if you don't know what we're talking about after this episode, go back to episode 3, I believe it was.
Yes, episode 3.
Episode 3.
About 10, 15 minutes in. But all jokes aside, I have been getting some good feedback. I heard the term belly laugh more than I should.
Yeah, that's good.
Belly
man.
laugh. You always laugh at your belly.
Well, there's an incredible amount of time that goes into this show, so it's good to know that people are noticing. And something else that people noticed, someone pointed out that they're like, why is the background different? You guys have like a black curtain up behind you. What's up with that? And to be honest, I don't know. I showed up last week to do the show, and the curtain was up and stuff. I was just as confused as everybody else, but Wayne here might be able to shed some light on it. You were holding court last week. What was up with that?
I took the reins on a couple projects to help my little buddy out.
Who's your little buddy? Is that me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well, Wayne told me he was going to step up and start helping out. I was hoping it would be with some editing, because that's really...
I told you, I don't got the time.
Yeah. Seems to be a popular thing around here, not having enough time to do the old editing. But he's stepped up and helped out in some other ways. In fact, the cameras were rolling behind the scenes when I did show up last week. Danny, do you want to play that pre-tape for everybody?
Just a few things. Larry did really good last week, man. I'm just making sure that you're on point for this one. We got those 4 or 5 sound effects in segment 4, I think it is.
What's going on?
Nothing, just doing some stuff. And this week, if you could, Fear.
Oh, wait, what's that?
It's a clipboard, notes.
But I usually come in and give people the notes.
Yeah, this is nothing like anything that you do. So, you know.
Well, no, I know, but I mean, you're kind of being a little bossy with everybody. I'm the cool. I'm like a cool boss.
It's like a nickel holding up a dollar here.
I mean, you're an okay boss, Tony, but you're not that cool. Since Wayne took over, we all kind of know what we're doing now, too.
Why don't you go do your notes, your little notes that you never use? I'm kind of doing something.
How the hell did you... What? You're in my seat.
Oh, oops.
Okay. Whenever you were saying that you're going to help me out with the show and stuff, this isn't what you were talking about, is it?
No.
So you're still going to help me with some of the editing then, maybe?
Oh, this is yours.
Yeah, so interesting, huh? That I'm just glad I have a good friend like Wayne who's willing to, you know, step up, shoulder some of the burden, and help out here and there. You know, it's not editing, but you know what? Any little bit helps, Wayne. I like that you're taking some responsibility from me. This is great.
Let's just say things are coming together.
That's right, absolutely coming together. And I do have a bit of an announcement to make later on in the show, something that's going to kind of relieve me of a lot of this stress. Because as I always say, there's like, you know, I know that people, I'm surprised that I haven't heard complaints about my complaining. But hey, that's going to be part of the show, I guess, because...
I've heard them.
Yeah, people probably just don't want to say it to me. But anyway, I have
It was me.
Yeah, well, there we go. I have a bit of a compromise, maybe a solution coming up later on in the show, and yeah, but we're going to get to that later. For now, I'd like to take a trip back in time and across the causeway. Wayne?
Yep. The old crab fair.
Lobster Carnival.
Lobster Carnival.
Lobster Carnival. Yeah, that's right. Me and Wayne and Director Danny were at the Lobster Carnival over the summer, and we went around. We met some really, I'm just going to come out and say it, people who are funnier than us.
Yeah, it'd be not too hard to find.
Well, that's true. But man, they gave us some amazing answers, and well, let's just see what they had to say this week.
What's worse, trying to sleep with a plugged nose or beside somebody who snores?
Sleep with a plugged nose.
I think so too. I get that thing where only one nostril will clog up, and then I have to lie on that side for half hour, and then it goes that way. It's awful.
Yeah, you have to sit up works too.
Sit up that's a good idea. I never thought of that. I'm lazy though. What's worse, trying to sleep with a plugged nose or beside somebody who snores?
Oh, beside somebody who snores. Yeah.
Snores?
Yeah.
That's totally fair assessment. Okay. What's worse to you, trying to sleep with a plugged nose or beside somebody who snores?
Definitely plugged nose, because I just pass right out, so it'd be easy. Yeah.
Do you ever get that thing where only one nostril clogs, so you have to lie on that side to unclog that nostril?
All my life.
I hate it. It's like the bane of my existence.
Yeah.
All right. What's worse, trying to sleep with a plugged nose or beside somebody who snores?
Plug nose.
Snores. Someone who snores.
Both of you snore.
Both mom and aunt snore, I guess.
I do too. So does the dog. So does her husband.
Yeah,
Everybody in the family snores. I'm not even kidding you.
The horses don't snore, as far as I know.
We're going to start a family feud here, I think, in a minute. The next question is, would you rather, or what is worse, trying to sleep with a plugged nose or beside somebody who snores?
Trying to sleep with a plugged nose.
Plugged nose?
100%, yeah.
What is worse to you, trying to sleep with a plugged nose
Yeah.
or sleeping beside somebody who snores?
Probably trying to sleep with a plugged nose. I can hardly sleep as it is. I've got insomnia pretty hard. Sleep is a privilege for me. Yeah.
Okay, next question. What's worse for you guys, trying to sleep with a plugged nose or beside somebody who snores?
Beside somebody that snores. Beside someone that snores.
What's worse, trying to sleep with a plugged nose or beside somebody who snores?
Well, I snore and I sleep well, so a plugged nose for sure.
Do you ever get that thing where only one clogs, so you got a lot?
So you got to sleep on the other side, and then you got to like rotate. You start to fall asleep, and then you can't breathe, so you got to rotate. Yeah, it's fun.
What's worse, trying to sleep with a plugged nose or beside somebody who snores?
With a plugged nose, because you just punch the person next to you that snores. And
But did you ever get that thing where only one nostril gets plugged?
I don't know, I'm single, so we're just going to go with.
You just go with you just want to sleep beside somebody?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So Wayne, let me know. Would you rather sleep with a plugged nose or beside someone who snores?
You know what? I sleep with a plug nose my entire life. One nostril always plugged, so I'm just going to go with that one. Status quo. My wife doesn't snore, so.
Now, I
What
know,
about you?
Well, I've actually had people wake me up before because they thought that I had died because I'm such a quiet sleeper. Yeah, I know. Sorry. We're super late for break, but I just want to get in one little fact just to make myself look and sound smart. But do you know why it switches sides on the nostrils?
No. Why?
Okay, so whenever, look, anyone who lives by a farm will tell you, whenever you first move towards that farm, you can smell cow poop, and it's revolting. Then, like a couple hours into it, you totally forget that you're smelling cow poop. That's because your stimulus kind of gets pushed into the background by your brain. The thing is, though, we through nature and stuff like that, we depended on our sense of smell so much that we needed to kind of be able to smell things. We didn't want it to kind of wear out. So every once in a while, you can, throughout the day, everyone has this. You can get more air through one nostril than the other, and it switches sides all day long.
It's too bad that didn't help you there at that Jam for Jimmy there when you thought you
Poop my
slam
pants.
dunked your britches.
Yeah, no, you're right, because I totally smelled poop, and it was a phantom poop. So, anyway, we're super late for break. Log on to facebook.com/North Shore Livestream. Get in on our top 3. If you don't have a funny pot story, let us know what your favorite Pink Floyd song is, so you can win some tickets to Momentary Lapse this weekend. And we also have another draw coming up at the end of the show. You don't want to miss out on that one either, so stick around through these breaks. Thank you, everyone. People are always asking me, Tony, how did you get so ripped? I tell you, it's not easy. It took a long time, years of dedication and hard work. I had to go to the gym every single day. The gym, by the way, that's what I call the computer that I edit on. Yep, it took me a while, but eventually I learned how to put my head on a much better looking body. If you'd like a much better looking body in real life, why don't you reach out to Lee Stewart? He's the best personal trainer in town. Hey everybody, thanks for sticking around through those commercials. I'd like to remind everyone, if they haven't already, they can go to our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/North Shore Livestream. Once you're there, you can check it out. We've got a top 3 going on right now. It's give us a funny pot-related story. We're not getting too many pot-related stories. I was hoping that ooh, look at my beard is so backlit right now. Ooh, look at that. That was awesome. Anyway, a little distracted there. I was hoping that pot wouldn't be as taboo anymore, but I guess it is. It's like
I told you so.
I know, yeah, Wayne did tell me so. And I was saying, if it was funny drinking stories, we'd have like 100 of them by now. But for some reason, people are still, it's like, how many people have died from smoking pot? None. I think that there's more funny pot stories than there are drinking stories.
Except for that one guy. My buddy I knew up in Halifax Pier, he used to sell umbrellas, and pot got him.
So just NorthShoreLivestream.com, Facebook. What? Anyway, it's time for one of my favorite segments here on the show. It's time for some maritime headlines. Oh yeah. Our graphics are a little messed up today too, by the way, little technical difficulties. Oh, not only that, but I forgot to add the words maritime headlines. I hang my head in shame. So Heather, what do we got?
Well, I think the biggest story for us this week is that we have a famous follower on, I think it was Facebook. Frankie of the weather fame is following us.
Frankie McDonald.
Yeah, Frankie McDonald.
We got a Frankie McDonald follow. He liked our page on Facebook. I didn't see it because I actually have we have a group chat going. I have it on mute because I'm usually editing and it dings constantly, and it's, I get very easily distracted. It's an ADD thing. By the way, people, before anyone complains about the fact that I use ADD update for like some segments, and there's one coming up later at the end of this segment, my initials are ADD, and I have ADD, so it's okay. I'm allowed to do that. It's like when I say pardon my French, you know, I'm French Acadian, so I'm allowed to say that. Just don't ask me to speak in French. I was very excited about that, and some people kind of,
Frankie McD.
They didn't make fun of me, but I did over-exaggerate. I got a little excited.
I bragged at work today too. I was like, yeah, I know Frankie.
Yeah, Wayne, you've had him on your Facebook for a while.
I've had Frankie for a while. And we've talked about King Kong, the movie King Kong, another movie there once. He's a good guy, enthusiastic.
Yeah, Wayne, I've never noticed until right now, but you had your ears pierced at one point in time, didn't you?
I had my ears stretched big enough to put my pinky finger in. I had my lip ring, an eyebrow ring, a nipple ring, and another ring. And I came home. I was around 20, and I walked by a mirror and I looked at myself, and I said, "You disgust me. What are you doing, man?" And I took everything out. I was like, "What an idiot."
Okay, so what else do we have for headlines?
One that I heard earlier today is apparently, I think it's next week, environmental activists are planning on blocking the Halifax Bridge as part of a protest. But where are the cars going to go, and how long are they going to idle there for?
Ooh, that's a good point. Yeah, because if you block the road, people who would only be driving for about 10 minutes to get to their destination are going to be sitting there parked for much longer than that.
Or they're going to take a longer route.
Or they got to go around Bedford. Or they got to take a longer route. So guys, think this through a little bit better. I also, I saw a comment online. Someone said, "Oh yeah, and you're probably one of those people that likes to save $1, so they buy like their stuff from Amazon.com and get it shipped over from China." And I started thinking, I do that quite a bit, and I started feeling really conscious. And then I realized, yeah, but stores around here buy the same thing from the same manufacturers, so it's like it gets shipped from China to somewhere in like Ontario or New York or something, then to me if I order it from there, so, or even if I get it local, so I might as well just get it straight from the source, isn't
that makes sense?
Maybe, you know, like no one's...
no brand names.
Well, okay, yeah, sorry, well, yeah, I suppose. Well, they might sponsor us. Okay, yeah, you're right, Wayne. Now, that totally derailed me, and that's probably a good thing because I don't want to get it back on a...
All right, where are we at?
Yeah.
And the other one that I heard, very sad news, actually. I'm personally upset by this because it's an event that I've gone to many times and is entertaining but also hilarious to watch. The Windsor pumpkin races are probably not happening this year. The giant pumpkin races. They have a shortage, and the season wasn't good enough to grow giant pumpkins, so now they don't have enough.
Yeah. What? You're going to have to go without your pumpkin pie and your pumpkin lattes and your pumpkin muffins and your pumpkin...
What?
I think they have regular-sized pumpkins. They just don't have pumpkins big enough for people to sit in and attach a motor to.
Okay,
those are my favorite pumpkins, the regular-sized ones.
Okay. Actually, it's just because it came up in conversation, we might as well say that last week, Fear actually was showing us this video that Michael Jordan shows. It's a video of Michael Jordan palming a pumpkin. Actually, Heather was there, and she was shooting some behind-the-scenes pictures. Actually, Dan, if you want to start the slideshow, here's Fear showing us the video of Michael Jordan palming a pumpkin, which I thought was pretty impressive. But you know what? I was like, you know what? I can beat that. So I just happened to have a beach ball in the trunk of my car. I blew it up and I palmed that. And you can see Wayne in the background. He is not impressed at all whatsoever. So here's me. I was gloating. I was getting my gloat on.
You were getting a little angry and getting cocky.
I was, sorry, but I was feeling really good about myself. And Wayne was shooting me some looks right there. And he told me, he's like, take a seat, chump. And I was wondering what he was doing with this clipboard. So then he starts listing off all these facts. And look at me, I do look kind of worried right there. He starts telling us about this pumpkin. And I was like, what is he talking about, a pumpkin? Then he pointed out that on the ground there's this huge lump that was covered by like a black tablecloth. He rips the tablecloth off, revealing this gigantic pumpkin. I can't believe I didn't see it sitting there the whole afternoon. And then, okay, so then to blow our minds even more, he goes, I'm not even going to palm this with my hand. I'm going to lift it with something else. And Danny, just cut to my reaction, because we can't show you what he actually picked it up with. That's right. He picked up that pumpkin with his butt cheeks. So, man, I don't know how. I don't know. First of all,
I did not.
No, first of all,
I did not do that.
Where did you get a pumpkin that size if you couldn't get it from Windsor? You must have had it flown in. How much did that cost you?
Do you just have a secret stash of them? Maybe you should be giving them to the races.
This bit is bad.
Also, did you like do Kegels to warm up for that? Oh, and by the way, folks, his butt cheeks as hairless as that pumpkin itself. It had a sheen like a new car.
Well, that's true. What?
Come on, Wayne, play along.
That's the worst bit I ever saw. I'm out on that one. You know what? And for that reason, I'm out.
Out of what? Things to say?
I'm out.
Okay. All right, so anything else?
I think the only one that I had left was that apparently the Trans-Canada Highway that goes by Oxford, they built it, when they built it forever ago, they built it on top of a sinkhole and are only just finding out now.
Ooh, that hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Where's this at?
Oxford.
Just outside of Oxford, the blueberry capital.
The blueberry capital.
You know, this hits close to home. I know I said I was out here, but that's where my family originally come from. Oxford, the blueberry capital of the world. Probably the third best sub sandwich restaurant in all of Nova Scotia. And, you know, just going to lose a lot of crops and blueberries there with the sinkhole.
That sucks, yeah. I also want to, before we throw it to break, I want to apologize to everybody who's watching at home. Those pictures that I tried to stretch a bit out of, they're actually behind-the-scenes pictures that Heather took while we were shooting that pre-tape that we played where Wayne was taking over.
I don't pick things up with my butts.
No.
Butts?
You could, though.
Buns.
You could if you tried.
Well, what are we talking?
I'd like maybe a cherry.
Cherry? I mean, I could do an apple.
An apple?
I'm
Wow.
a big guy.
This is giving me an idea for a pre-tape.
I'm not sticking things up my butt.
Have you been training?
No.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break before we get ourselves in trouble, because we don't want to talk about, well, we had that Pikachu costume a couple weeks ago, and we want to get away from this topic. So why don't we dive right into some commercials, and when we come back, we're going to have a little bit of a top 3 revisitation. Oh, my sleeping bag was treated as if it was a toddler on the way. On the way here, there's the moon. I'm about to spend the night on the beach. As I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by Instagram's incredibly restrictive time limitation, which, by the way, isn't it kind of funny how when you're on your phone you suddenly have no patience? Like if an app is taking more than a split second to load, you feel like it's wasting your time even though you're just sitting on the toilet killing time anyways. Yet when it comes to IG stories, we're all running out of time before we finish our thoughts. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so my friends Fizelle and Kia were home with their families for a visit. They were renting a cottage in Caribou, Nova Scotia. If you don't know, that's right close to the water, eh? It was good spending time with them, and my lifelong friend Graham was also there. He's a very adventurous camper and was sleeping on the beach, so I decided that sleeping on the beach sounded like something that I would regret not doing someday, so I set up my sleeping bag and pillow right here beside the fire. I didn't get much sleep though. Turns out sand isn't all that comfortable. Plus I was busy scouring the beach for driftwood and adding drunk rants to my Instagram story. My second biggest concern was the fire going out. My biggest concern was a flying ember from the fire landing on my sleeping bag and lighting me up like a marshmallow on the end of a stick being held by a hungry camper with a sweet tooth who's in a rush to have a s'more. But then I saw something scurry across the sand in the moonlight. I could only make out the shape. It was either a small crab or a huge bug. Either way, it helped me forget about burning alive in my sleep, so that's good. The next day, I needed something greasy to eat, and I had tacos on the brain, but I was so dehydrated and sleep deprived I just drank water and slept for 24 hours. But then the day after that, I was still thinking about tacos, so I decided that not only was I going to make tacos, I was going to make them from scratch. I think the experience of sleeping on the beach made me more willing to try new things like this, like I'm a new adventurous Tony. That or I realized I didn't have taco shells and I was too lazy to go to the grocery store, in which case I'm the same old Tony. Besides, why would I need taco shells when I had salt, olive oil, water, and of course the main ingredient of flour tortillas, flour, which we all know gets all over the place. That's why cooks and pastry chefs always wear black in the kitchen. Isn't it weird that salt is also white but doesn't stain clothes like flour? Isn't it weird that cats have to rub their faces on stuff? Isn't it weird that isopropyl doesn't dissolve salt as easily as water because it doesn't have as much polarity, so it doesn't attract the negative chloride and positive sodium ions as well? You'd think harvesting a quarter teaspoon of salt would be easy. Turns out it was a real pain in the patoot. Thanks, Trudeau. It was at this point that I realized my hands are way too weird looking to ever host my own cooking show. They were a hell of a lot of work, and were they the best tacos I've ever had in my life? Well, let's put it this way. I once contracted food poisoning from eating Taco Bell that was left in a car overnight, and I can't decide which taco-related experience was more excruciating. Halfway through the first taco, the muscles in my head were filled with lactic acid from all the chewing. If I didn't invest so much time and effort into making them, I wouldn't have eaten a second taco. Is it possible to strain a chewing muscle? Because now it hurts when I talk. If I didn't invest so much time and effort into shooting clips while I made those tacos, I wouldn't still be talking about the tacos. At least I can say I made them without getting a bunch of flour all over myself. And you know what else? Making tacos from scratch gave me a lot to think about though. I mean, after seeing my fingers kneading the dough, it's hard to see anything else when I close my eyes. But it also made me think about eating healthier and possibly letting other people make my food for me. So the next day I went to the farmer's market in New Glasgow. You know, I think you have to get there as soon as they open if you want to buy any farmers, because by the time I get there, there's never any left. I was going to pitch a tent and spend the night there so I could be first in line, but judging by this sign, I guess they have a problem with people doing that. It's great that New Glasgow has something like this, and it's really popular. With all this traffic and commotion, you'd swear it was a Chase the Ace draw. There was a lot of fresh meat, maple syrup, produce, seafood, and baked goods. And they had food vendors selling authentic cuisine from around the world. And a bunch of other great stuff that I didn't get good shots of because I'm not getting paid to be here, and therefore kind of feel like a weirdo walking around with a camera. But that didn't stop me from holding it up over my head for this shot. Seriously though, if you're ever in New Glasgow during any season except winter and you're a fan of locally sourced fresh food and baked goods, you should definitely check out the farmer's market. And you should definitely stay tuned for the next ADD update. Hey, thanks for sticking around through those. What you call it earlier?
It's an intermission.
An intermission. Thanks for sticking around through the intermission. We're back now, though, and we're back with you at home and your answers. We're gonna revisit that top three, and you know, if you missed out on that top three, that's you know, it's unfortunate. You can still tell us what your favorite Pink Floyd song is, or give us a funny pot-related story. The reason I went with the pot-related story is because last time I make a mistake and call them Pink Floyd all the time because they sound just like Pink Floyd.
You know what? If I can be perfectly honest, me personally, I'm not a huge Pink Floyd fan, but they are incredible. Like it actually really blew up. Danny and Tony have showed me video. I haven't been to a show yet, so I might skeet those tickets on the winner. But they are incredibly good.
Oh yeah, no, they're
better than any band I've ever been in.
Yeah.
Director Danny.
Me and Director Danny are like, what's going on here now?
They were way better guys too than any guys I've been with in a band.
Well, hey, look, I've worked with these guys too, so I can vouch for what Wayne's saying. They're all they're stand-up individuals. So we're about to announce a winner for that, but we do have another draw coming up, our midweek draw or between episode draw. That's coming up at closer to the end of the show. So
Who is it?
you want to sorry?
Who was it? That does it? Who? I was trying to segue into mentioning the name.
Oh,
Yeah.
I kind of. It's like I do want to save it. It's like I want to save
Save
it
it?
for
Okay.
for a surprise. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's
But you
fine.
know what? I bet the sponsor would appreciate if we started throwing their name around a
Yeah,
little bit earlier.
that's what I'm thinking too.
Spectre
yeah.
County Phone Repair.
Yeah.
They've hooked us up with a $25, was it a prepaid MasterCard, I
Yep.
think. So that's pretty cool. You can buy whatever the hell you want with that,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And you can buy something off of, I don't want to say the name, but you can buy something online and get it shipped to you direct from China, and then it saves the trip to the other store that you'd normally go buy the item at, and it saves some emissions and stuff. So lower your carbon footprint. Anyway, so let's throw it over to these here knuckleheads and see if we actually had someone answer and tell us some funny pot stories.
They are checking the mic. Check it, check them. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
The show only ground to a halt for what, a good 10 seconds there.
That's okay.
Okay.
I'm good to look at.
Ground beef.
Okay, my pick so far. I know, like last week, everybody kept piling them in after the fact, but Alana Monroe.
Don't say the names, because sorry, I don't want to be influenced. Sorry, but
Okay.
sorry,
You
Larry.
blew it.
You ruined everything.
I'm
Sorry.
not changing my pick.
Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine.
All right. So definitely was not the individual who did it, but
Let's just call her Alana M.
Alana M definitely did not eat 7 hot dogs with the bun, and it wasn't funny at all.
7 hot dogs.
7 hot dogs.
7 hot. That is a lot of hot dogs.
Like in a row, not
That's-
like spread out over an hour. She just.
drives around town looking for charity barbecues in the summer.
I one time ate 6 hot dogs with the bun in 1 minute and 10 seconds, I think. My friend Shane would know, him and Sean.
So-
they kind of-
That is another idea for a pre-tape.
My pick is 7 hot dogs.
Kobayashi.
Did you dip them in water like
No.
the
no.
professionals?
Ketchup and mustard.
Who's your favorite competitive eater?
Oh, I can't remember his name.
Joey
It's-
Chestnut.
No, it's Atlas Productions.
Oh, is it Kobayashi?
No, it's he calls himself, I can't remember. It's tight, if you search up Atlas Productions, food, something, he'll come up, big dude, he's
Probably gonna go with the LA Beast.
Did you say catsup?
ketchup and mustard. Randy Santel, that's his name, Randy Santel, that dude can eat.
You guys have favorite professional eaters.
Friggin' right.
I do, yeah. Nathan Figueroa.
Okay,
All
so
right.
all right, we're,
We should do what we're doing
turn it
here.
into a podcast.
Okay. Don't recall what the party was, but what the party was for, but it was held at one of the hosts of North Shore Live's pad. Can't confirm how much Acropol said host consumed earlier the day, but he decided at some point that he was just going to lay in bed and puke all over himself. Solid stream of vomit that went straight up, hitting the ceiling, and landed all over the bed like the worst waterfall you've ever seen. For what felt like 15 seconds. Then gets up and acts like that happens every day. Classic.
Okay, so I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna let everybody know that didn't happen to me. So Wayne, could you elaborate maybe a little bit on that?
Wayne Niagara Falls.
Wayne Niagara Falls.
You know, we all make mistakes.
I said a business name, I apologize.
No, I believe it was a New Year's party or something like that.
Oh yeah, I mean.
I think it was a New Year's party, and yeah, I consumed too much stimulants, too many stimuli, and yeah, I was lying down in the bed, and it hit the roof. It hit the roof, and just yeah, it was a rough one.
Okay, pot and booze are actually depressants, not stimulants.
Oh, I felt pretty stimulated.
Well, but the whoever had to clean it up probably didn't feel very good.
It
about
was me.
Oh, okay, well. Did you? Yeah, did you mop the ceiling?
No, I don't think. I think I left that up there. No, I don't remember that part. I think I did the whole drunk thing where you stumble around and you like grab a dirty towel and like, You know what I mean? If nobody.
And then the next day you forgot that you did that, so you dried off after the shower.
No, the next day you don't notice and you put it in the washer, and then when you take all your stuff out and put it in the dryer, there's all these little dry pieces of
Oh my God! Okay, that's
mushroom and stuff.
Can you cut his mic off
where the
or
hell
something?
did that go?
That's just,
Come from?
oh,
Like,
good Lord. Okay, Lee.
gonna be real with you.
Lee, what's your pick?
All right, so this individual wrote back in the day, ripping blades. I dropped the hooter, bent over to grab it, and when sat back up, my buddy started hitting me on the top of the head. Didn't even realize my head was on fire.
Okay. Oh man.
Fire's funny.
Oh man, someone got lit on fire. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, man. Jeez.
Can you imagine just being stoned and just you're like, I'm on fire?
That would be terrifying.
It would suck.
I need very little to startle me, especially when I'm partaking maybe. So yeah, no, that would be a bad time. And geez, I feel it. Man, if anyone deserves some some restitution, or not restitution, I guess some tickets to help them forget about that traumatizing event. I don't know, man. They got my vote. Who do you say, Wayne?
I was gonna go with my story that I was included on, but I like it a lot when people light themselves on fire. So, you know, I think I know who wrote the one about that too. So it almost feels like coercion. You know what? I have too many stakes in this, so for that reason, I'm out.
Oh, he's out again. Wayne keeps going off script and dropping a note on me here. Okay, well, I guess it's up to me then, which is kind of good because if you picked someone that I didn't pick, then it's a tie, or it's not a tie, but it's like a. Anyway, we're gonna go with the person who lit their hair on fire. That's who wrote that?
Jason Hamilton.
Jason Hamilton, you have officially. You've officially.
Burger.
What the hell?
I think that's Burger.
Oh,
buddy, I know too.
Okay.
Well, you know what? It wouldn't have mattered. I would have been involved. I'm glad I'm out. Wash my hands of that one. No coercion.
Okay, well.
We're not under investigation.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, does he live in Toronto or China or anything?
No, he lives in Pictou County.
Okay, good.
If it's a proper Jason Hamilton I'm thinking of.
Jason Hamilton proper.
Jason Hamilton proper, so.
Okay, yeah, cool. Well, yeah, Jason.
I would guess that he's using the term ripping blades. He's definitely from the area.
That is a good call. That's a very good call. Absolutely.
Actually, another quick little story.
Okay, good.
This gentleman that won the tickets, congratulations to, if it is you, Bergens.
He's from Westville. He's one of
Oh, yeah, he's one of ours. Him and another mutual friend. You know what? I'm not going to name the other mutual friend just because I don't know how they'd feel about being involved. And Burger, obviously, Burger's cool with it. But I remember one time they were ripping blades in a cabin that we built. Actually, I don't think I built this one. I helped build this one. Anyway, long story short, by the end of it, they were having hot knife fights.
Yeah.
They would light it. They get it scorching red hot, and then stick it on the other one.
Yeah.
And then the other one actually got it on his lip. Or maybe it was Bergens who got it on his lip. Anyway, long story short, yeah, that's how I grew up.
Yeah, that's.
Says so much.
Okay, man. I want to share funny pod stories this whole time, and I know we're screaming late for a break.
Hey, that's right now.
Yeah, right. We're screaming late for a break, but I got one more to share because this one's it's like a cartoon. A couple friends of the show, or at least one friend of the show. I don't know if they're both friends of the show, but they used to be in a band back in the day, a metal band. Oh, we showed their drummer earlier in the. I don't want to get too specific just in case they don't want me sharing the story. But anyway, they were in the North End Woods and they were doing something called bottle tokes. Ooh, BTs, that's right. It doesn't stand for breakfast television. So they only had one, as they called it, bloop left. But they were like, dude, I'm telling you, this was like a 5 blob. So they like scoop it out. And by the way, middle of the night, super dark. So they were using a lighter to like kind of see what they were doing, and they were holding up the last bloop and they were admiring how good it looked, and they're like, yeah, this is gonna be so good. And as they're looking at it, a June bug came down, it attracted to like the light, which was right beside the digger, and it got stuck to it. And whenever they jumped back, all they saw was it fly away with the digger stuck to the June bug. So yeah, they lost their last toke to a June bug.
And I just would like to say that we do not endorse alcohol or drug intake of any kind.
No, we do.
No, okay.
I mean, pot. Yeah, we're shooting at a bar, right? We're at Wranglers. Come on down, have a drink.
Have a drink. Some chicken wangs.
Come on down, have a drink. But if you're going to drink, don't smoke. And if you're going to smoke, don't drink.
And if you're going to drink or smoke, don't drive.
Absolutely, absolutely. There we go. We wrapped it up real good. So we have one more little segment left for you folks, and this is the segment where we're going to jump into another little prize giveaway thingy. So you don't want to miss out on that, do you? So stick around. We'll be right back.
Hi. You know, sponsorships really keep food in the fridge. So if you have an event or business or product or something that you want to promote, why not do it in a fun and exciting new way? Contact us at facebook.com/North Shore Livestream. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go make some tomato and almond extract soup. Oh, hello there. You know, I was just about to grab myself a bowl for some delicious tomato and almond extract soup. But maybe since you're here, I'll prolong that and tell you all about an exciting new advertising opportunity in case you have a business or a product or an event or anything that you'd like to promote. We can help you do that in an exciting and new way. Just send us a message. That's facebook.com/North Shore Livestream. We'll hook you up with something more creative than this, I'm sure. So if you'll excuse me, I gotta go make myself some breakfast. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know anyone was in here. I was just gonna make some delicious tomato and almond extract soup. Sorry, it's so close to my face I could smell it. If you have an event or a business that you would like promoted, send us a message on Facebook. That's facebook.com/North Shore Livestream. We can help you do that. Sorry, I'm trying not to breathe out of my nose. We can help you do that in an exciting and fresh new way. It'll be more fresh than these ketchup packets because I think they might have expired a couple months ago. But hey, look, the other thing I got. So anyway, breakfast time. I'll let you get back to the show.
Ooh, thanks for sticking around, folks. We've got just a wee bit of show left for you. I want to remind everyone that they should be logging on to our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/North Shore Livestream. Once you're there, you're going to see our top three, our previous top three. We had some hilarious pot-related stories. So if you missed out on that segment, you got to read through those comments because we had some pretty good ones. But now we're going to do another little giveaway. This is our between episodes giveaway. This time it's
week-long.
The week-long giveaway, and this one has been sponsored quite graciously by the Pictou County Phone Repair, or not the Pictou County Phone Repair, the people at Pictou County Phone Repair.
Not the entity itself, the people behind the entity.
That's right, and we're giving away, they're helping us give away a $25 prepaid MasterCard. So you want to get in on that, and
money.
That's right, and they also have another draw going on their Facebook page, which is where you can find them. I believe it's facebook.com/PC Phone Repair, something like that, or just go to Facebook and in the top search bar type in Pictou County Phone Repair.
And we will have them tagged in ours too.
So absolutely, good point, Wayne. Good point there. We'll have them on our page if you can't find it. They're doing another draw for another prepaid MasterCard for $100
on their own page. If you go like their page, and I believe it's like share and comment or something along those lines.
Yep.
They're giving away a $100 MasterCard. So
Yeah.
You know, it's a good way for them to get some their word out there, and it's a good way for us to get some.
Well, not us.
Well, not us.
Unless we win.
Unless we win, we can't win this one, but we could win the other one, and then.
I mean, technically, we could win this one. I mean, it's our show. We can do whatever we want. Yeah, that's right. It almost looked like I had my arm bent, like a weird way to do that. So yeah, this week, because it's Pictou County Phone Repair who's hooked us up, we're going to ask you to tell us about your smartphone horror story. Like, did you lose your phone whenever you're traveling abroad, or maybe you dropped your phone, broke the screen at a very inopportune time, and then whenever you're trying to text, you're cutting your fingers because it's all the glass and stuff. And basically, whoever had the worst story, whoever has the worst story is probably gonna end up winning themselves a $25 gift card, or $25
MasterCard,
prepaid MasterCard. So yeah, Wayne, I've actually been pretty careful with my own smartphone. I've never lost one or broken one or anything. Have you ever had a horror story or anything bad ever happen to your phone?
Yeah, I didn't want to. Okay, well, here we are. We already talked about poop tonight once, so
great.
It was just about a year ago. I had just bought, no, maybe a year or two. Anyway, long story short, I bought a new phone. I won't say the name of it because we might get sponsored by this multi-billion-dollar company someday. Anyway.
I doubt it.
Yeah, me too. But, well, it was, it's a whole classic case of dropping my phone in the toilet. I remember it was around 5%, 1%, and you get that, you're like, well, I could sit here for a little bit longer, but my phone's going to die. So you get up, and on a side note, there's not a lot of people talking about it these days, but there are people that stand up and wipe their butt. And there's people, listen,
what?
There's people that stand up and wipe their butt, and there's people that sit down and wipe their butt. And neither side really knows the other side exists.
There's weirdos, and then there's people that do it the normal way.
Exactly, standing up.
Nope.
So, yeah, like I'm going to put my hand in a toilet. Like, come on now. There's poop and pee down there, obviously, because I'm sitting down. I'm not going to put my hand down under my butt and start doing some work, all right? Put the car up on a lift.
Yeah,
get out of the poop.
There's other things dangling in the toilet that I wouldn't want dangling in the toilet, but hey, it's there. It's got to be dangling in the toilet. So what are you talking about wiping your butt?
Because I had to stand up to wipe my butt. I wipe my butt when I'm standing up.
I don't want to. Oh man,
anyway, let's get back to the story.
Okay, first of all, let me just break in here to the people at Pictou County Phone Repair. I'm so sorry. Every time I didn't think it was going to go there, but anyway, so we're halfway through the story. Let's just finish it. What happened?
I was standing up to wipe my butt.
Okay, yes.
And I had dropped my phone in the toilet, which happens. I've heard that story a dozen different times.
Water damage, that's brutal.
Well, here's the kicker. I had just defecated. I had a number 2.
Okay.
And my phone did not get wet. It propped up on the side of the bowl and my poop. I got poop all over my phone, but it didn't ruin my phone, and that's a success story to me. Oh. Yeah. Oh, whatever. You pooped yourself.
Yeah, but was your phone in a case or something, or was it?
Yeah, it was in a case. This one.
You kept the case?
Well, I washed it, rinsed it off.
Did you boil it in like Javex or anything?
No, just Westfall water.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks. Good enough.
Yeah.
That's,
anyway, yeah, that's my story about my poop on my phone.
All right. Well, listen. I hope that no one thinks that Wayne has risen the bar to an unreachable height. I'm sure that you have some fantastic smartphone horror stories to share as well. If you do have one, why don't you log on to facebook.com/North Shore Livestream and look for the post that Fear popped up there and tell us about your own smartphone horror story. And you might win yourself a $25 gift or $25 prepaid MasterCard. Awesome. Now,
from who?
From the lovely people over at Pictou County Phone Repair. Thanks for that save, Wayne. I'm so distracted because I'm excited to share with everybody a bit of a compromise, I guess. This show's been going on for now. This is the 5th week. We've been getting tons of great feedback and some great constructive criticism, and we're having a really good time doing the show for the most part. I'm getting kind of suffering from a little bit of burnout, a bit, and a compromise needs to be made. We definitely don't want to stop doing the show altogether, but I have to do something in order to alleviate some of the pressure that's on myself. So I needed to come up with a way to maybe I would back off a bit and like find out some way that I could, you know, have the show continue on, and you know, and just not go crazy basically. So thankfully I've got a bunch of, you know, great friends here that are helping me out with it, and Wayne's a great friend. I can't thank you enough, Wayne, for stepping up and helping out with a lot of the stuff around here, and you know, Wayne's such a solid guy, but you know, things have to, you know,
This is it, Wayne.
things can't really.
This is the moment you've been waiting for. 4 weeks of hard work and the perfect plan led to this. This is your time to shine. He's going to pass you the throne. But, oh yeah, you got to remember to act surprised. Why am I saying surprised? Nobody saw this coming. Stupid idiots. You got to act humble too, though. Yeah, at least while the cameras are on. Once they're off, you can cut them up. He stopped talking again.
So what do you think?
What?
What do you think about the plan?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm for it.
Awesome. So we're all for it. Basically, it's going to be the exact same show. It's just going to happen every 2 weeks.
What?
The show, it's going to be the exact same show, but instead of a weekly show, it's going to be done every 2 weeks. So it's going to be bi-weekly.
What?
Yeah, it's going to be. It's going to be fine. It's the exact same show, but it's going to be every 2 weeks. So
that's your announcement, that we're going every 2 weeks.
yeah, because we can't. I just can't keep up with the amount of work and stuff like that. So it's going to be every 2 weeks, and that's fine. It's going to be every 2 weeks. So
cool.
yeah, it's going to be. But yeah,
be twice as good then.
No, it's going to be
twice as many guests.
No,
twice as many pre-tapes.
No, it's going to be
twice as many like
it's going to be the
musical guests and stuff.
It's going to basically be the exact same show. Don't. He's trying to do this thing where he's raising the bar and stuff. But
it's going to be an extravaganza. No, it's going to be a hair raiser. It's going to be $1 million giveaways.
No, definitely not.
Celebrity guests.
No, it's going to be pretty much the same show, only it's going to be less stressful because I'm going to have twice as much time. Wayne, what are you doing? Nope, it's geez there. Good Lord. He's.
Kiss on this show. Kiss on you guys.
No, it's fine. I don't think this is a bit of an overreaction. Okay, he's officially leaving now. Oh, he's. If you listen hard enough, yep, there goes the door. Hopefully everyone who's watching didn't react that way. It's still going to be the same show. We're going to be doing a lot of fun stuff coming up. But, you know, it's this way I'll be able to, you know, sleep 8 hours a night and, you know, do gigs that pay me money instead of this show that we do for free. But, hey, we have a hell of a time doing it, don't we, guys, huh? And lady, huh? Awesome. Oh, yeah. And I think that this was a good episode. I think that we had a lot of fun. Wayne had some fun before he took off. But anyway, look, folks, I believe it's time to wrap it up for this week. I feel bad now. I'm going to have to chase him through the parking lot. So let me wrap this up, folks. So, I'm Tony DeCoste for Director Danny and Producer Heather and Fear Larry and Lee and camera off Dustin and Wayne wherever he is. Letting you know that there ain't no shore like the North Shore. We'll see you in 2 weeks, everybody.
Get it. Get it, Brad. Get it, right here.
Come on, bud. Play along. Hey. Nope. Hey, bud. Can you eat on me now? What, gonna meow meow for me? Hey bud, give me meow meow. Nero, treat! I didn't respond in time. You know, maybe it would just be funny if I used the same meow twice. How about that? Do you want me to do that, bud?